Großmeister René, wie haben sich die Konzepte im Latosa Escrima entwickelt?
My father basically passed down what he knew to me, basically through an accident. And when I was really young, I was practicing the Filipino martial arts with a family friend named Angel Cabalas, who opened the first public Filipino martial arts school in the United States. As I was training there, I eventually became one of the instructors at the academy and was teaching there for 5 years or 6 years or whatever before I went into the Air Force. As I was teaching there, and I was doing demonstrations with Angel, with Dentoy Revelar, with Max Sarmiento, and Leo Jerome was also a visiting instructor then of Bahalana. And I was very much infused into the whole Filipino martial arts, and there were very, 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 very few people at the school because nobody really knew what the Filipino martial arts were and was. And so as I practiced, I was basically one of the only students amongst, 3 to 5 instructors or people who would come in to visit. And they would show me various things that they did, different styles and things like that. And one day I needed to do a demonstration with the school during a grand opening of a Filipino building that we had in Stockton. And I needed a practice partner. So I asked my father whether he would help me throw sticks moves at me and do whatever. And he was reluctant. And I said, I really need a dummy to help me do this. And so he was a little bit upset with the name calling, but he came and helped me train. And he didn't really help me train. He just said for me to throw him a hit. And I said I would, but I'm certified, I'm skilled, I'm very fast, I'm very good. And, I wouldn't want to hurt you. And so he said, just hit me. And I said, no, you're my dad, I don't want to hurt you. And he said, hit me. So I threw him a simple little hit, and he came back and he smacked me on the head. And I attributed that to an accident. So he basically said, hit me again. I hit him again, and he hit me on the head again. And he said, hit me again. I hit him again. This time I was a little more upset. And so I hit him with trying to be ready and concerned and prepared to do whatever I can do in case he has that same accident. So I hit him again really fast, hard, and he hit me on the head again. And this time I kind of fell to the ground. And so he was a little bit laughing. And so my mom came out and stopped him. And then he went away. And so from then on, I was just ready to quit because it doesn't work. Stuff doesn't work. Nothing works. And so anyway, he basically later that day told me what his history was, how long he trained, who he trained, and where he trained, and who he fought. He had real fights, and with knives, swords, sticks, staffs, whatever. And so he really knew the combat aspect. He wasn't playing around. So he kind of gave me that to go towards, the objective to go towards reality and reality-based fighting. So I took all the ideas that he had and all the ideas that I had learned and kind of put them all together. When my father finished showing me that my ego was really too big, and it was teaching me things and movements and concepts and attitudes and all the things that go with a martial art warrior. And I took what I had known before, and I had taken information that I got from a lot of the older Filipinos who would come and work out with me. My dad had a building in Stockton, and a lot of old guys would come in there, play cards in off seasons, and hang out and do things. And I was in there practicing all the time. And there must have been from 20 to 50 of them that would peek their heads into the door where I was training and come in and give me a piece of their culture, their piece of their style, piece of their history, and then go away. And so I picked up many of the traits, many of the elements of how other people fought and how people with secret systems and people who actually died with their system, brought their system to the grave with them and never having shared it. I was lucky enough for them to trust me to show me moves of their own system, whether it was in tight, long, in the middle range, and whether it was a knife, whether it was a impact tool. But I got all this information just by being interested in the arts and appealing to their youth again, and what they did when they were younger, how they practiced and did all the things. But through all that, I took all the development and how I moved through this time and figured out that in order to become and stay in the Filipino martial arts, there had to be something that ties us very much together. And it wasn't techniques and it wasn't regions, because this was all over 5,000 to 10,000 islands. There were people practicing all over. And at the time, there was no way to centralize any of the teaching, so everything was scattered. But something held this together to make it the Filipino arts. And through that idea, I developed concepts. And everything that I teach is basically geared towards concepts. And concepts are used so people can practice the techniques the way that their body fits them, the way that their speed fits them, the way that their attributes fits them. So that's how the concepts originated.